you can't be out here trying to attract a king, but you over here dressed like a peasant. It takes two to tango, and you can't just put it all on somebody. Put it all on when the relationship ends. Oh, it's all his fault. Like, out of all your relationships, they keep complaining about the same thing. Like, you never listen, you never listen, you never listen. Okay, well, I think it's time you work on your listening skills. Hey, it's Kiki XO, and I am here with another video. And the title of this video is, why do you keep getting bad guys, sucky guys, losers? You know, I have 5 possible reasons of why you are getting sucky guys and you're not, you know, getting the guy that you really, really want. So, and if you see me looking down, I got notes, so bear with me, okay? All right, so starting off, who are you and what do you represent? Who are you and who do you represent? Are you a good girl, but then you're trying to just follow the friends that you have, and they're representing like hoish behavior, and they're not representing like do you want to be a wife, but you over here, you know, acting like a hoe, or acting like, you know, you don't want a serious relationship? Or is it that you want to go around and sleep around and you fooling people and you're like being all nice, doing all this extra stuff, but then it come down to it, you ain't really trying to be with somebody long term? So you have to look at how you are, what you're representing, how you're dressing, and is that matching what that guy would want, that guy that you dream of, the guy that you envision having. Does he have what you want? The guy that you envision having, does he want a girl who's all up in that life, you know, showing her goodies and stuff like that, with the perfect body? Or is the guy that you like wanting a genuine natural woman? Just do your research and see what type of guy you want to attract, and then mimic that. You know, you can't be out here trying to attract a king, but you over here dressed like a peasant, you know? So you gotta you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta play the role as well. So that's number 1. Number 2, what are you attracted to versus what do you want? So this is following up on dressing the part. What are you attracted to? Are you attracted to bad boys? Are you attracted to hood guys? Are you attracted to nerds? But is it all what you want? You know, like the lifestyle could look nice, but deep down inside you want a gentleman, or you want somebody who's gonna really take care of you, be a father figure. So just because it looks good doesn't mean that that's something that you really want. So you need to write down like quality traits and things that you look for in a guy that you want to have. And if, you know, a hood guy or any of these other qualities that you've been getting doesn't match up with what you really want, it's, you know, maybe it's a good idea to switch it up. Number 3, are you rushing things? Are you jumping the gun? Like, oh, okay, he checked all my boxes, let me go sleep with him. Or let's hurry up and make this official. I like to really judge a guy based off of all the emotions that a person goes through. Anger, sadness, joy. Like, how is he when he's at his lowest? How is he when he's at his best? Some people want to wait until they get into relationships to view all those things, but going through a lot of bad relationships, when it came down to the relationship that I was in now, that I am in now, my husband, I took my time. I wanted to see how he was when he was upset, how he was when he was happy, how he was when he got promotions or rewards, how he was when I got rewards and promotions. How did he act? How did he act when I was not in the best of moods? And how did he act when I didn't speak to him or long distance? I wanted to know all of these things before going into a relationship with him. If you know your last relationship, you didn't like how when y'all argued, you didn't speak to the guy for hours or sometimes days on end. That's something that you want to make sure, you want to see how that goes before you go into a relationship with him. You want to see how he acts when he is mad and when he's ticked off. Does he scream in public? Does he look like he might get abusive with you? You know, does he slam doors or start punching stuff? Like, these are things that you need to know before going into a relationship with him. You know, and which goes into my next one, number 4. Are you flexing yourself to be with him? So are you seeing these signs that you didn't like in your previous relationship, but you're just like, oh, I just want to be with somebody, and you rushing to try to be with him because he may be cute. Everybody's saying, oh yeah, we like him, all this, that, and the third. Are you rushing it though? Are you rushing it? Are you jumping the gun? Are you not taking the time to see him through all of his emotions? When he's high and when he's low. And sometimes we feel so on a high, it feels like, oh, I'm getting butterflies, or you feel emotionally right, but that doesn't mean that it is. So taking your time will help reduce the amount of heartbreak and bad guys you run into. Just take your time, because what's meant to be will be, no matter how long it takes. So just take your time. And number 5, the last tip that I have is, well, not tip, but something to look out for. Did you learn anything from your last relationship? And I'm not just talking about from the guys part. Like, yes, you learn, okay, what do you like, what do you dislike, what you don't want anymore to continue to happen, how you don't like to be treated or spoken to. These are great things to learn and to take from the relationship and learn from. But what about you? It takes 2 to tango. And you can't just put it all on somebody, put it all on when the relationship ends. Oh, it's all his fault. It's all, he did me wrong, X, third. We have to take accountability. You accepted him into your life too. So what things can you change? What things can you accept or reject that will help you in the future? How do you want to carry yourself versus how you carried yourself in the last relationship? Were the things that they kept complaining about, or you notice, like, out of all your relationships, they keep complaining about the same thing? Like, you never listen, you never listen, you never listen. Okay, well, I think it's time you work on your listening skills. Because it might not just be the guy's fault or the girl's fault. Sometimes it's, you gotta take time out to work on yourself so that you can get the guy and the girl that you really want. Like I said, we want kings and queens and all that, but are we matching that royalty? Or are we, just daydreaming, hoping that they fit, how we are. We want to stay comfortable. We want to stay ourselves, which is nothing wrong with, you know, staying true to who you are. But then we don't want to tweak ourselves. We don't want to grow and elevate and be the best versions of ourselves. So those are things I think that people should really consider, things that should be thought about, maybe discussed before going into a relationship, you know, things that you should stand firm on, because a lot of people like to tweak things, and then when they get in a relationship, they want to try to tweak the other person, and this is how they came, and you accepted them how they were. So that's all I have for today. Please leave some comments on things that you know you need to work on or need to think about and accepting. Just write down some experiences that you've had. And we've all been a fool once, so we've all been there, done that. So it's no judgment, any of that. But I love to see your comments. So please stay tuned for future videos. Please like this one so I know that you guys like this content. And I hope to see y'all soon. Bye.